Welcome back, everybody. This is the thejonnymar, and I'm continuing with Resident Evil 2 Claire's A scenario. So last time we were introduced to Claire and also to some sort of beast outside the window. No, that's in this episode. But to Leon, who's also a rookie cop here in Raccoon City. Now Claire has come to Raccoon City looking for her brother Chris, and basically she doesn't know where he is. And she also didn't know that Raccoon City has been overrun by zombies that enjoy snacking on human flesh and apparently twisting heads off of police officers. I don't remember zombies ever doing that in other types of media that I've seen. But yeah, we're going to continue onward here. We have some locked doors in classic Resident Evil style and a pool of blood. Oh man. That does not look good. So the best thing to do in this situation is, of course, to run. Which is what I'm going to do and get the heck out of here. Now you might have noticed in that little cutscene there that Claire did have her knife in her little sheath that's on her shoulder. That's one of the inconsistencies in this game. It's nice because actually I don't have, and we'll come back to this room later, I don't have the knife in my inventory currently. I dropped it off in the item box back in the entrance area. So she actually doesn't have it on her character model right now. It's actually gone. But in all the cutscenes, she'll still have it in her sheath. And I mean, that makes sense, technically. You know, logistically, they didn't want to necessarily have to do each cutscene differently with and without the knife, but you know, it would have been nice if it was consistent. But I do appreciate the fact that they do it in-game when it comes to the in-game models. So this is an area that we're going to be coming through quite a few times, so I'm basically going to clean out all of the zombies here, which means we're going to be using up a lot of our precious, precious ammo. So we have one more zombie to kill. Let's see how many shots it takes to down him. You'll notice the pool of blood. Now normally I would, of course, add the rest of these bullets to my gun, but since I have the special key, which I picked up in the last episode, we're actually going to get a new item, which is a brand new weapon that is unique to Claire's scenario, and also unique to basically her when she has the special key. So we're going to grab these herbs and we're going to head into a save room here. And we're going to finally use that special key. Now, I did show this off in both Leon's A and Claire's B scenario before, but when you do obtain the special key, you can use it on this particular locker, and it'll allow you to access, for Claire, a new outfit, as well as a brand new weapon, which you can kind of see down there in the bottom right corner. So we'll let Claire change her clothes, and then we will also pick up the new weapon. And I actually had it pointed out to me when I did Claire's B scenario by one of my very good viewers, that is the Colt S.A.A, which of course stands for the Single Action Army. And that is the weapon that Revolver Ocelot uses in Metal Gear. So Claire, as you can see, is a little bit country, which syncs up with her style as a biker chick. So she did come into town on a motorcycle, and this is sort of more of the stereotypical biker attire. So I did some inventory management there. There's a dark room in this particular save room, and that's because there are various types of film kind of hidden throughout the police station and areas around the police station. And since this is the A scenario, I will be showing off how to acquire all of those films and also how to develop them and what you get from it. But now that we're done down here, there was a room back at the end of the hallway where we were shooting those zombies, but it is also locked by a special key. So we'll have to come back once we have that key. So we're gonna head upstairs in the police station, and we're gonna take on a puzzle, because Resident Evil games love puzzles. So this one's pretty easy. If you read the little faceplate there, it'll say basically to release the fire of whatever, you need to have these gods staring at them. So the eyes of the gods on him. So you just have to push these statues to these little pressure plates, and that will basically allow you to access that gem, as opposed to just reaching up and grabbing it. Apparently this statue has a death grip on it, so that's impossible. We can't just climb up there and grab the gem ourselves. Whatever, game. We'll play your little game here, in-game, but know that I don't like it. I think it's silly. So a few more pushes here, and bam, we will get the gem. Now this is one of 2 red gems, and they are necessary to get another special item, which allow us to access a door later. Now there are also some bullets behind the statue, so make sure to pick those up as well, and we will continue onward. Now you might have noticed I am carrying both of my guns, and that is because basically I want to use up the 8 bullets that are still in my standard 9mm gun that I've had from the beginning of the game. But once I do finish off those 8 bullets, I will be storing that in my item chest, and then basically I will be using the Colt S.A.A. for the rest of the game. Oh yeah. Let's get the grenade launcher. Now we have some stopping power. And I always get confused because I have a vague recollection that there should be a first aid spray back here. This is Rebecca's desk from, the first game in the series, Rebecca Chambers. But for some reason, it's never there. I think it's only in certain scenarios that you can access it. Now, I'm going to click on Wesker's desk here 50 times, and I'll come back once I finish that. Alright, 50 times later, we get a very well-hidden special film, which is kind of creepy once we develop it. I will show you what it is in a little bit. But we also get some bullets that are behind the desk here. But yeah, the Colt single-action army is pretty awesome. It actually has a quicker rate of fire than the normal gun. The trade-off is that basically you can only carry 6 bullets in it at a time, but it does reload pretty quickly, so it's a good weapon. And that's the handgun I will be using for the rest of the game. Now, this is Chris's diary. We learn a little bit about where he actually is, and that is basically he was discovering what was going on with Umbrella. They found out about a new virus, which is the G virus. Remember in the first game it was called the T virus. And they want to stop Umbrella because they're causing, of course, a lot of shenanigans and just chaos. So they all went to Europe to try to infiltrate Umbrella's HQ. Now the real purpose of this was to get the unicorn medal. This is a special item that will allow us to get our first special key so that we can start exploring the police station as we get a fax more thoroughly. Now notice we did not find Leon in the police office here, which is of course the Star's office. And that is a difference between Claire's A and Leon's A scenarios. We'll be running into him pretty soon anyway. So this is an investigation report that I guess was solicited by Chris. And they said, basically, we know nothing about the G virus, but we did find out some information about the police chief. And he is really not a nice guy. Kind of a questionable past. So hopefully we don't run into him as this game progresses. And it's Jack Hamilton of the United States Federal Police Department. I bet you didn't know we had a federal police department, did you? I think that's supposed to be the FBI. But they decided to name it their own thing. Now, in Claire's B scenario, when you come out here, you are introduced to a new secondary character. But in the A scenario, we are not. And that's because this door is actually locked. So now, we get to do a ton of backtracking. Woo! because we do have the unicorn medal. We have to go all the way back to the entrance area. We have to put the unicorn medal in a fountain that's at the entrance, and that'll give us our first special key. And then we have the distinct pleasure of coming all the way back to the STARS office to continue the storyline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head into the darkroom area, do some item swapping, and then I will also develop that film. So I swapped out some of my inventory, and I also developed the film in the darkroom. So basically, now I got to figure out where it went. Yeah, I think it's the tabs here. Here it is, Film D. So what film was in Wesker's desk? Well hidden. It is a picture of Rebecca Chambers in a high school basketball uniform. As I said, pretty creepy. So Rebecca, of course, was from the first game in the series. She also makes an appearance in Resident Evil 0. And I'm not sure if she does, in any of the later games. Because I haven't played 6, for example. So it's possible she's in 6, I'm not sure. I don't think she is, but she could be. But now we're going to take care of that liquor that we left before by using our grenade launcher. So the thing about liquors is if you slowly walk up on them, they will not respond as aggressively to you. And we're just going to shoot it. Make sure to aim down with your grenade launcher because Claire has a really bad habit of shooting over enemies with it. Now the grenade rounds are nice in that they will fall to the ground. So they actually will go down over a short distance. So that works against liquors and enemies on the ground. Some of the rounds that you get later in the game, they don't fall to the ground, they just go in a straight line. And they'll actually go right over liquors and not actually hit them. So we're gonna head back out into the entrance area, and I'm gonna use my unicorn medal to get our first special key. So of course, using the unicorn medal will activate a little cutscene here. So let's see what happens once we insert it into the statue. Again, very weird that the police decided to set up all of these very unique ways of hiding stuff. But we do get the Spade key. So the first door we can access with that Spade key is actually the one in the hallway where we met the liquor. And the second door is the one right by the STARS office. And that'll be it. Once we do that, we will actually discard the key. So I switched out some more items, make sure to keep my inventory nice and clear. And let's see what we can access with this first room that we can use the Spade key on. Now later we can actually use this little box here, and I'll get into that once we get the item that'll allow us to do it. That's basically a circuit breaker box, and it allows you to shut the shutters on the windows. Here we have a memorandum telling us about a police report of a suspicious character skulking around. I love that word, skulking. And he was carrying some C4, a detonator, and some bullets. So yeah, probably up to no good. There's also some ink ribbons over here in this cabinet. And the real reason we're in here is to get the very, very special item that is in most Resident Evil games, and that is the crank. You have to push these little stairs over here to the shelf, climb on up, and grab the crank. Luckily, there's not multiple cranks in this game. Or is there? Anyway, I'm gonna cut back to the STARS office, so you don't have to watch me backtrack all the way there. So here we are, ready to go back to the STARS office.
Help me!
introduced to a little girl. And yes, we're gonna help her. We're not just gonna let a little girl go. How many do I have left? 4. Okay. Is he dead? Wow. Some of these zombies are going down pretty quick. But this is the other door we can use the spade key on. And that is it, so we'll discard it. And after a long time, we're finally gonna get reunited with Leon.
Leon!
Hey there.
Claire, you made it.
Yeah. Have you seen a little girl around here?
Yeah, you just missed her. Who is she?
I don't know. But it's too dangerous for her to stay here alone. Leon, I'll go look for her. You go and find us a way out of here.
Of course. But before I forget, here's a radio. That way we can keep in touch if something comes up.
And that is it. Good seeing you, Leon. Thanks for the radio. And thank you, random boarded up hallway, for some extra bullets. But yeah, we have to head after that little girl. We're going to try to find her in the very near future. But in the meantime, we're going to open up this desk, because we don't need small keys. And we're going to get some new rounds for our grenade launcher. Now we're going to head into this room. There's a lot to do in here, but I need to do some item management, so I'm actually going to be heading downstairs to an item box to switch some stuff out. I'm going to grab this red herb, and I'm going to say goodbye for this episode. So thanks for watching, viewers. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all next time. So long!